Welcome back, everybody. My name is Taylor Martin. This is the best Damn EDC, and it's time for another EDC Weekly. And like I mentioned last week, I wanted to do an episode dedicated to some of the ones that didn't make honorable mentions or didn't make episodes because they weren't the right theme for the right time, and I just never went back to them. But they were cool, and I wanted to share them, so that's what this episode is. The most interesting submissions, like a whole episode of honorable mentions, I don't know. But regardless, this is the EDC Weekly, and with that said, let's do the damn thing. Before we get started with these submissions, I just want to talk about the next EDC Weekly. I will not be here next week, so I won't be able to do one, but there will be one, I think, the following week. And that one, let's do modified carries. I want to see your modified gear. Show me what you got. We're going to be starting a new giveaway as well, and I will choose the winner for that giveaway at the end of April. So go to edcw.co, submit. Again, you don't have to submit for that specific theme. Just submit to be entered into the giveaway. But if you are featured in any capacity, you will get a second entry into that. And I'll draw a winner at the end of April. So modified carries is the first one. So with that out of the way, the very first submission this week comes from Dustin Wolfe, who you can find over on Instagram at herdofauxin with underscores between all of those words. So this isn't necessarily a carry, so to speak, but it is kind of. This is impressive. It looks like a whole wardrobe, but it's in some sound booth or something. Maybe the closet just has acoustic foam. I don't know the whole story behind all of this. I'm sure he explains it. He's got a very long description, but he's built a custom rack for his EDC in his closet or whatever this space is, down to the shoes and bag and everything. I find it hard to believe that you use this every single day and like take stuff off and put it in the right place. But if you do, I mean, more power to you. That's more willpower than I have. As you guys have seen though, I'm kind of a pack rat. But anyway, let's talk about what's in this photo. I can't read everything because this is a very long list of stuff. I will list it all below, but I can't go through everything. I'm just gonna get some of the cool stuff that jumped out at me. So the boots are Red Wing Iron Rangers in the bottom rack right there. The jacket that's behind, which is I think a really cool looking jacket, like military style, that is an Alpha Industries M65 field jacket. The bag is a Saddleback Leather Company Indiana gear bag. And then he has a watch that is a stainless Timex Weekender with a hide and drink strap. There's American Optical Original Pilot's glasses inside the hide and drink leather case. There's an Anchor power bank, edifier, earbuds, and wax canvas hide and drink pouch on the shelf. He really likes hide and drink. There's a first aid kit in a hide and drink leather zipper pouch, Main Street Forge belt with stainless buckle, a Buck 110 in a hide and drink leather horizontal holster, a brown paisley handkerchief, Key Smart Titanium Leatherman Wave, a Victorinox Ranger. He says it's 25 years old with titanium scales and a glow mod. There is a World War II German rifle cleaning kit in the toolbox. It's a green can on the right side of the shelf with all the pouches on it. Contents of the kit, there's Knipex Cobra extra small, so the 4-inch Cobra pliers. There's a 711L Lollipop screwdriver, Top Peak Power Torque 1/4-inch ratchet, whole bunch of stuff. Holy crap. A Victorinox pocket sharpener, machinist scribe, 6-inch stainless ruler, stainless Yeti, custom leather gym shoe carrier, spare AAA lithium batteries, 20 feet of paracord, and a Zippo fuel capsule. Wow. This is one of the most impressive things I've seen submitted to the show, period. This is crazy. Dustin says, I'd like to know what you think for the rack and everything is hanging from it. It works very well for me. I'm curious if this would be of interest to anyone else. This thing is just a place where everything I need for the day is in one place. So when I leave, I'm not searching for things. And when I return, I can shed everything quickly, but in an organized way. That's hardcore, man. That's really cool. There are some more pictures of this on his Instagram as well. That's herd_of_aux_in. That is just really cool, man. Thank you for sharing. And you now have a second entry into the April giveaway. And by the next episode, I will announce at least some of the stuff that will be in the next giveaway. So the next submission comes from How. You can find them on Instagram at Custom Casios or in the Discord as just How. And I know that I've featured How before on the show, maybe once or twice. And looking at this photo now, I feel like maybe I shared this as like an honorable mention or something. I know that he's been featured, but I don't know that I've shared this photo specifically. I couldn't find it in searching around, so I just don't know. but this is a cool photo nonetheless and worth sharing again. So in this photo, we have a Gondek EDC Caution glow in the dark handkerchief. The hank glows in the dark, which is really cool. There's a Man Cave EDC glow hex bar. Don't really know what that's for. I think just like a little trinket. There's a Big Idea Design slim bolt action with a Timascus clip, a customized fully loomed Cassiope with loomed bezel words, LCD chapter ring, indices, and dial with custom word decals, and an orange handset and combi bracelet from GW B5600. There's a customized fully loomed Victorinox Huntsman with loom scales and tritium inserts. There is a Nightcore glow-in-the-dark Tiki, and then we have a Liatweed EDC organizer, not well visualized. It's at the top left-hand corner in the dark, and then there is a Gnome and Bow Musketeer Felton wallet. So, House says, I'm trying to source for a loomed pin of some sort. If you haven't already figured out, I'm a huge loom nut. It's pretty clear. I know that Tactile Turn has a pin with a tritium insert in the bolt/handle, but for some reason I cannot find it anywhere. It was a limited release, it was a seasonal release, and it's long gone. You can maybe find it on secondary, maybe. Other suggestions are welcome, but I would like one with at least the assured level of quality that Tactile Turn has. I'm also always on the lookout for some fun or glowing patches for my pouch. That would be a bonus to find. So I don't know of anyone else that's done glow or tritium pins. I feel like they exist. I feel like maybe I've seen like another tritium bolt other than the Tactile Turn seasonal, but I can't say for sure. I don't have a good answer for you there. But if anybody in the comments down below knows, let us know if there's any glow or tritium pins. That would be really nice. Hal also says, the gear I probably use the most is my watch. I have to wear one wherever I go and I feel naked without it. Here. I got into EDC initially through collecting watches and eventually begun modifying to satisfy my tinkerer itch. Now I tinker and modify almost everything in my EDC, from my Swiss Army knives to my Leatherman skeletal to my torches and watches. Shameless plug, but if you love seeing such stuff, you can follow me on Instagram at Custom Cassios. That Cassiope is pretty sick, I'm not gonna lie. I would rock that Cassiope. If you can make me a Cassiope like that, I will buy it. Just saying, that's really cool. I'm also a loom nut and especially a tritium nut, so yeah, that's sweet. Thank you for sharing, How. You now have a second entry into the April giveaway. The next submission comes from Ben Hytrek. You can find him on Instagram at just Ben Hytrek, and this photo jumped out at me for obvious reasons. It's a great photo. It's composed really well and edited well. The colors are really nice. And then the press patch obviously jumped out at me as well. Anyway, cool photo. Let's get to what's inside it. So he says, from left to right, the Victorinox Mini Champ with aftermarket titanium scales. I personally still don't know why I don't have one of those. I need one. There is a gear spool mighty bar, which is, I'm guessing, a pry bar next to that. The knife in the center of the photo is a Buck Mini Spitfire. And then there is a Maratac Pen-Go in titanium. The Gen 1 Rovivon Aurora A5 in fluorescent green, and then I think that's the glow-in-the-dark version. And then the pouch is a Hitch and Timber Retac Gear double wide pouch. Ben says, if you know of any bit drivers that could fit inside this package, I would love to hear. Okay, so two options. There is the Silex Gear Fix that I could recommend. This might fit in that pouch. I don't know. Maybe or maybe not with all that other stuff. But the other one would be the James brand Cache. It is a bit holder with a bit driver in the end, and it looks like it would fit a little bit better than this if you can find one. But the James brand Cache or the Silex Gear Fix. Those will be my two recommendations, and I'm not 100% sure they'll work, but I hope they will. Ben also says, hi there, Taylor. Regardless of whether or not I get picked, I just want to start off by thanking you for building such a wonderful community of fellow pocket tool weirdos like me. I work in media, and this is one of my most carried EDCs by far because of how useful and unobtrusive everything is in this small pocket-sized package. The Mini Champ is my first fully customized Swiss Army knife I did with a drill and some patience, and it's always by my side when tightening camera plates, opening packages, or breaking down boxes, repairing audio equipment, or cleaning my nails during downtime between meetings and recordings. The screw pivots on the titanium scales make this Mini Champ far more practical than the original brass pinnings, since it can always be tuned and maintained. The Mighty Bar is just a dead simple pry bar that can be used for just about anything, but normally doubles as a backup camera plate driver and is a great way to scrape off gaff tape smooth from different surfaces. The Buck Mini Spitfire was one of my first good knives I purchased when getting into EDC is really underrated American-made slim 5th pocket knife that still manages to fit in a very secure lock-back design in an ergonomic package. The Maratac pen is the newest addition to the carry after losing one of my Fisher Space pens in the dirt one day, and is just big enough to be a useful writing instrument for copious project or edit notes I keep on any scrap paper or random post-its I can get my hands on. The Aurora A5 is a great flashlight that can be clipped onto a baseball cap and used as an improvised headlamp or provide just enough light to dig through a Pelican case or see scripts on a dark set from its warm side beam. Finally, at the end of this rant is the Hitch and Timber Retac gear, which is the perfect platform to start this whole tiny tool pouch obsession. While originally purchased without knowing how small it really was, this pouch has become one of my favorite ways to carry only the professional gear I need and not the pockets full of trinkets I always want. Well, it is really cool. That's a great photo and just a compact little thing. I really like that. So thank you for sharing, Ben. You now have a second entry into the giveaway. The fourth submission this week comes from Vasto, I believe. You can find them in Discord at VastoLordes. I think so. This photo jumped out at me for obvious reasons. It's just a really cool photo. It's done really well. It took some time to set up, and it's just cool. Anyway, let's talk about what's in here. So left column, we're gonna go left, center, and then right. We have a Gar Range X Collection Hank. Range X? I'm not sure. There's also Brotac Gear Hanks, and then an Olight i3T in tan, as well as an Emerson CQC7 with custom titanium scales and clip. There's a Hot Rat Scalp Pry fixed knife. He said that local. He's from Malaysia, so that's something that you would have to search pretty hard for. There's an Ace Beam Jet 2 Pro in titanium, and then finally, there's a Victorinox camper with custom micarta scales from Toad Sewer from Instagram. In the middle column, we have a selection of beads. There's an Emerson skull, a custom wood, and a brass and titanium beads mixed in with like M&Ms, the peanut M&Ms. Also a Victorinox Pioneer ALOX from 2020 edition, so it's blue. There's a multi-tool pen as well as a Medford Slim MIDI. And then on the right column, we have a Leatherman Free T4, a Kershaw Launch 4, an Olight S1R Baton, as well as a Spyderco Dragonfly Wave, a Zebra SLF1 mini pocket pen, and then finally custom and foreign coins. With all of that, he says, "Hi Taylor, I'm from Malaysia and this would be my first submission for the channel. Your videos have inspired my EDC setup and thank you for that. The photo was from a while back when the local EDC group were organizing an EDC photo competition themed colors, and what best to describe it, none other than the wonderful world of snacks." Most of my EDC is quite monotonous in color, and I figured it's a good idea to mix it in with the junks to accord with the theme. The Gar Range X Hanks, Hot Rack Scalp Pry, coins, beads, and CQC7 TI scales were all locally customized. We have such a passionate, inspiring, and supportive EDC brotherhood here in Malaysia. Anyhow, keep up the wonderful work. It's really cool to see. And this photo is just, it's kick-ass. I'm not gonna lie, that's really cool, man. That took some time to set up, and I can appreciate that. So thank you very much, and you now have a second entry into the giveaway. The fifth and final submission this time comes from Tom, or time.pour over on Instagram. There's not a lot here, but the reason this just stood out to me, as you guys know, I already told you I'm a loom nut just like the other guy, and Tom is too, apparently. In this photo, that flashlight is, I think, the first thing that just kind of caught my eye, because I was like, what is that? It's just, it looks like a solid bar, but it's a flashlight with a glow ring on it. That is a Coast AR9 inspection torch with a stonewashed finish. He also has in the center of the photo a Rolex Sea Dweller 50th anniversary. The knife is a Spyderco Para 3. It has a stonewash blade, titanium scales, and a Super Luminova loom insert, which looks really cool. And then in the center of the photo above the watch is a Titan Talon Tool Company Titanium Zoltano, which is a pry bar. Tom says, "I dubbed this pocket dump loom carry. If you're a sucker for loom and tritium like I am, you start to add it to everything." That is very true. The PM3 only just received this loom upgrade in the lanyard hole, and that's just badass. I'm not gonna lie, that is a sick looking PM3 or Para 3, just flat titanium scales, stonewash blade, loom tube. That looks really sick. And that flashlight, I don't know anything about it other than I know, I looked it up, it's from Coast, it's about 50 bucks I think. It's a pen light, has a little clip, he's taking the clip off, but that thing looks kind of crazy. Like, how bright is it? How good is it? I don't know, but it looks cool. It's a really nice watch and just a cool carry, like it's so muted. I love the photo. I freaking love this, everything about it. That is so cool. Thank you for sharing, Tom. You now have a second entry into the giveaway. And that's it for this round of submissions. Everything starts over now, right? Everything starts over. starting in April. So I realize we're already into April, but like these are from prior. So like I said, the next EDC Weekly will be in 2 weeks. The theme will be modified carries. I want to see some really cool stuff, whether it's modified Swiss Army knives, stuff you've done to your knife, true, like I want to see some really cool modified stuff. So that's it. 2 weeks from now, go to edcw.co to submit. You can submit anything to get into the giveaway, which again, I will be doing at the end of this month, and I'm going to try to do them monthly. I'll do my best. I've not been good at it in the past, but we're trying to improve here. So 2 weeks, I'll see you again with an EDC Weekly. Until then, carry on.